Some are sounding the alarm that the luxury sector is in decline. It isn't, but it is changing like many sectors. The way luxury is bought and sold is very different, and that's happening whether we like it or not. Well, I've spent the last 20 years looking at the luxury sector every day, and I want to share with you some of the changes that are happening and how they impact you, whether you buy or sell luxury. My name is Andre Taylor, and on this channel we explore luxury, premier living, and prosperity. I like to say, lux your life and lux your business. On this video, I want to talk with you about luxury entrepreneurs, because that is the big change that's occurring in the luxury marketplace. Luxury is being bought and sold very differently, and it's having an impact on the way we look at luxury, the way the luxury market is evaluated, and the impact of the numbers that so many analysts are looking at. Because traditional luxury has changed, and the way people buy luxury and the way people view luxury, even the way they define luxury, has changed. Just about every day, I receive emails from every corner of the world about luxury. And they're from someone who is typically building a luxury brand, a luxury business, a luxury service somewhere around the world. And they'll ask me for my thoughts about what they're doing. And these are people who are highly creative, very enterprising. They are well informed, but they see that there is a place for them in the luxury marketplace. Many of them have already had some success selling their products or services. And so they come to me because of this channel, and they see that I have advice for small luxury, and they want to know what my perspective is. Now, what's interesting about this is not long ago, these individuals might not have been taken seriously. I have always taken them seriously because I have seen how luxury entrepreneurship has emerged. But today, luxury entrepreneurs should be taken seriously. Even though you might think that, wow, here is this one person or this small group trying to get something going. How could they compete with a larger brand? How could they capture the attention of a marketplace? How could they attract clients? You might wonder how that happens, and you might disregard that and think that that isn't achievable, except that happens all the time. Luxury entrepreneurs every day around the globe are creating brands and businesses and enterprises that are capturing the attention of the luxury marketplace. It won't be long before you see big, well-known names concerned about small, scrappy luxury brands who are coming into their territory and taking their clients. Now, the big change out there is that there's a new kind of buyer. There's a buyer out there that does not matter how old a brand is, how long a brand has been known, how developed they are, what kind of designer is behind it. They're looking at the product based on its own merits. They're looking at the service based on its own merits. And in fact, they're thrilled to find something that has the attributes of luxury: great design, great materials, great craftsmanship, great elegance that might be a find for them. So this is a very different kind of buyer. This is also a buyer who is consistent with the times, and that is someone who is in their phone all the time, looking at products, looking at opportunities to buy, looking at deals, interacting perhaps with brands directly. And so this is a very different world. What that means is if you are in the business of selling luxury products and services, you have to understand how to adapt to this world and how to capitalize on this world. because this is a new world where there are new opportunities. So what are those opportunities? Well, I've been saying for a long time that if you sell clothing, if you sell artwork, if you sell tableware, if you sell leather goods, jewelry, and many other products and services, there is a tremendous opportunity to go directly to the buyer, the person who is interested in your unique brand, your unique signature, your unique approach to your luxury product or service. That is the big opportunity. Today, individuals are looking for individualized products and services. And so everyone is looking for something that makes them feel special, something that makes them feel unique, which means you have an opportunity to be that brand and be that provider. And this opportunity is not going to diminish, it is going to grow. It's going to grow as luxury entrepreneurs become more enterprising, more disciplined, more focused, and more committed to capturing this market. You see, connectivity, computing power, creativity, all of these things have combined to make a new luxury market, which means that the old days of only relying on a small number of luxury brands is over. There is a much wider range of brands today, which means that if you want to capitalize in this market, even though there's lots of opportunities and there's a different client, you have to become very good at doing business. Now, don't let my comment about being really good at doing business scare you, because the other thing that's happening in the marketplace is freedom of creativity. What that means is you can shape your business any way you want. Only want to be open on one day, only want to take orders on one day, only want to limit your product to a certain number of pieces, want your clients to qualify for your product, want to hold events online, and only those individuals who participate can buy the product, want to combine your online activities with offline activities. This is a world of great creativity. You can do it any way you want. And the key is that the more creative you are, the more interesting you are, the more compelling you are in the way you do things, the more intriguing your brand will be. And so don't let the idea of having to have a great business scare you. I work with individuals around the globe on that all the time. And if you want to know more about how to do that, by all means, get in touch with me, info@andretaylor.com. But the key is creativity. Creativity in the way you approach this, and inventiveness, innovation. It may sound like those words are all the same, but they are all different nuances in the way you approach the market. And I explain that in my teaching, the difference between those various elements. The key is that the clients are out there. And if you are committed every day to developing a business, serious about it, and you're creative about it, you can capture that business. One of the biggest challenges I see in luxury entrepreneurship is people who frankly don't have the discipline to do what is required day to day. You have to do things in phases, and there are certain principles, there are certain foundations that you must have in your business, but then you must proceed to develop those. And as you develop each phase, one after another, your business will become stronger and very appealing to those individuals out there who want to do business with entrepreneurs like you. Now, one thing I want you to do to rethink the luxury opportunity is rethinking the luxury experience. This is an area where there is great opportunity, And I am increasingly disappointed at how brands do not capitalize on this. Experience has become more and more important to the luxury buyer. What that means is when someone is connected with your brand and is buying from you, they want to feel absolutely special, absolutely captivated, absolutely delighted by your brand. Which means that we have to rethink every aspect of the buyer's journey. We have to rethink every aspect of the way we interact with the client, the words that we use, the conversation that we have. Today, there is so much emphasis on gaining attention, building brands, scaling, that old-fashioned communication, interaction, care, sophisticated conversation is gone. I went into a place just the other day where I was purchasing a service, and the place was beautiful. They had all of the technology. They had everything in place. But I had to force the people in there to have conversation, to interact. They didn't seem to know how to have normal conversation. They certainly were not at the level of delighting me and having a memorable moment. And I believe that this is an area that we are severely lacking in today. And that's rethinking the experience. So many individuals in the marketplace are not good at having conversations with people. It's sort of a next culture, let's move you along, let's put you in this slot, let's make sure you conform with our policies and so forth. There just isn't that feeling that you're special. And the higher you go up in the marketplace, and frankly, the more significant your client and the more significant your offering, the more this is required. You are not going to be able to offer something to someone who can buy anything they want if you do not provide top-tier, elegant, sophisticated, caring attention and service. So I want you to rethink how you will approach what you do. How will you communicate? How will you follow up? Will you share ideas? Will you educate the client in a gracious and accommodating way? Rethinking luxury and rethinking the luxury experience is crucial to your success. And I'm not just talking about an abstract idea. I'm often here sitting, and I'll show you, I'll take these cards that you might recognize from my website, my YouTube channel, and I'm writing notes out to people that have bought things from me, people that I want to stay in touch with, people that I want to follow up with, people I want to connect with for the first time. This is the handwritten note is part of something that's very important to me, and so many other things that I try to do to differentiate who I am and what I do from others. In some situations, polish is rare. Expression of gratitude for the client is rare. Unique, interesting, varied conversation is rare. And you can make a mark in your category and with your clients by deciding that you will be different and that you will operate on a higher level than everyone else. I want to say something here about influencer marketing because it is something that has emerged in our conversation in recent years, and many luxury brands are thinking, how do I use influencers to help us expand our product and get them in the hands of the people that we want to be connected to us? The idea behind influencer marketing is that there are people online who have large followings and audiences, and if they recommend a product, many people will buy it. On occasion, I will recommend something, and I don't get compensated for this, but I'll recommend a book or I'll recommend something. And then I'll see various folks in my audience will say, hey, Andre, pick up that book. I really enjoyed it. So there are values, of course, to having someone who can make a recommendation. But I want you to understand that the most important influencer and the first influencer has got to be you. You've got to be a person of influence. Today, personality is more important than anything else in lots of marketing, because the more we progress, there are competitors who will copy our products. There are discounters who will offer various things. There's AI where information will be copied and assembled. And so it is important to differentiate yourself. And we can do that in two ways. One is with our experiences, making them really unique and powerful. And the other way we can do that is with our personalities. Because when it really comes down to it, humanity, personality, being able to engage with someone that intrigues us, inspires us, that fascinates us, is something that we all want. We all want to come back from an event or a gathering or performance and say, wow, this person was really interesting, this person was really good, this person was really intriguing, wow, I was moved by their comments. So we must become the first influencer if we're building a brand. And that means figuring out what it is about you, what it is about the way you look at your products and services and your clients and all of that, and putting that forth. That care, that attention, that interest. And when you become your brand, as I like to say, be luxury, and represent your brand personally, you will see a major difference in the way the market responds to you. Because, believe it or not, there are many people who are craving connection with people, even though we're connected on our devices all the time. There's just something about that is so different than when someone knocks on your door, when someone comes over to your table and sits down and has a conversation with you, when someone unexpectedly shows up at work and you have lunch with them. It's just a very different experience. So bring your personality to what you do. And of course, that's one of the lessons that I share in my work with luxury entrepreneurs. You should think big, but act small. I showed you a moment ago the postcards that I send out when I'm connecting with people individually. And that is a commitment to doing the small thing that can have big impact. This is a one-to-one business. This is a one-to-one opportunity. Do not be reluctant to write someone individually. Do not be reluctant to have a video meeting with someone individually. Do not be reluctant to take one person at a time. You hear a lot of people use this phrase, I do this at a time, one that at a time. A lot of businesses just say that, but don't do it. How often do you have someone call you from a brand that you've worked with and says, we haven't heard from you in a while. We have something new we're working on. We like to talk about scaling. And sometimes when you talk about scaling, it sounds like it's going to be some automatic, dramatic leap that you take on the basis of pushing some button. The button is the relationship you have with your individual client, your individual service, your individual experience. And while I'm talking about that, please make sure you are subscribed to this channel, that you like, and that you comment, and that you share. Every effort like that, that's individualized, that's based on the individual experience, is going to have an impact on your business. So I want you to think right now, how many ways can I connect with someone individually? How many ways can I follow up with someone who's been new in my world? How many ways can I vary my conversation? How many ways can I surprise them with something they were not expecting? How many ways can I get them to communicate with me so that I better understand their individual needs? This is what luxury entrepreneurship is about. And if you take these steps, I know that your brand, your service, your goods will have an impact in the marketplace. Now take a look at this video.